Hey everyone, welcome to another MLM train wreck, and today we're here to talk about Amway, aka also known as, why did I say both of those? Scamway. Two of my viewers actually shared their stories and their close one stories with me in the comment section on some of my older videos. But yeah, today we have those two stories. Today I have some scripts that was sent to me back when I only started my YouTube channel. I'm so bad at intros lately, I don't know why, but I want to shout out all of my channel members, of course. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here, for supporting me. And also don't forget that the free way to support me, why am I doing this? I don't know, I'm very nervous to talk about Amway, I don't know why, but a free way to support my channel is just to like, subscribe, leave a commentary down below if you have anything to say, and of course the longer you watch my videos, the algorithm shows them to more people. Guys, let me know down below, what do you prefer? Welcome to another MLM train wreck or welcome to another MLM dumpster fire? Because I am torn between the two. I've been recording a lot in the past 2 days and I can feel being tired. You gotta do what you gotta do. I don't want to leave you guys hanging when I'm away from Ireland for a few weeks, months actually. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. The dedication, right? Okay, so let's read the first story that was shared with me. She said, LOL, glad I'm wearing my boots because her BS is deep. She's wrong because we now have more money now that we're out of Amway. We were in for 5 years. The LTD bundle alone for those 5 years was $5,100 or something like that. Then there's weekly meetings at $7. That's so weird. Monthly meetings at $10 to $20. Pop-up conferences for $20 or more if a well-known speaker is in the area. Regular conferences at $125 to $240 or more, and whatever you were going to order. June was the first month we didn't pay that bundle. We backed out of everything over the last 2.5 years through this pandemic. That's one good thing that came out from it. Anyway, my hubby's vehicle broke down. Our mechanic, trusted friend, said it would cost 3 times what it's worth to fix, so we ended up buying a new but used vehicle. Has low mileage on it, taken good care of by an elderly couple. Well, we couldn't have made the payments or down payments if we were still giving all this money to Amway. They would have told us to go buy a $500 car, which is hard to find anymore. Also, they told us in the meeting, if we quit, marriages fall apart. That's a scare tactic. Oh, so if you quit your MLM, the marriage is gonna fall apart. But from what we've seen and heard so far, it's usually if you stay in the MLM, a lot of marriages suffer because of it. In January, we'll have been married for 30 years. There's a diamond couple that were in Amway from Iowa, I think in the US. The husband cheated on her. When we bought our last virtual conference ticket a year ago, I noticed they only recognized her, so I went and searched what happened. It's on the web that their marriage fell apart because of the business. So sad. Who says that if you quit this biz, your marriage is gonna fall apart, and then when someone cheats on someone, they're going to make up reasons, other reasons for it, rather than say the actual truth or just not say anything because it's those people's marriage, it's their private thing, their private issues that happen. It's just so weird. I was going through some journals where I took notes, so many references to religion. I hadn't noticed then, but there's so many quotes from the uplines platinums that are super weird to me now. I'm a follower of Jesus, but looking at these now, it's very frustrating, especially when they turn around and treat you like crap if you messed up. Nothing new that we haven't heard from before, and from what I've heard from other creators and other people as well that share their stories, Amway is just on a whole different level when it comes to being cultish. They use a lot of scare tactics in order to get the people to stay in the MLM for as long as they can, which is, in my opinion, very cultish as well. Very, very wrong. Next person shared this. I wasn't in an MLM, but my sister got sucked into Amway. In her defense, when she got sucked in, they weren't calling themselves Amway, but instead Quickstart. And she was under the impression she would be an assistant to someone during meetings, showing the products, etc. So this was probably one of those fake ads and job postings that they do. They make it sound like you're going to be a personal assistant to someone, but then as you start working, it turns out that you're just a distributor, an MLM distributor. This happened in that transition period where she is leaving college and setting out on her own. Anyway, sorry for that. I was supposed to be telling why she quit. She quit because after 3 years of being told her family was depending upon her to make the business work, her upline was telling her this, not us. Oh my god, excuse my chair. Between the product costs, the travel costs, had to drive to another state each week, as well as the big conference in New York, the meeting podcasts, the educational and motivational CDs, she was in so far in the hole that she was going to be homeless. Her mental and physical health was getting worse and worse, and it was affecting her full-time job due to all the sick days. She returned from a meeting late one night in absolute tears. I made her sit down and talk to me, and I told her to quit Amway, but this time we had figured it out. She told me she couldn't because we were depending on her, you know, all the brainwashy stuff, and I told her in my older sister voice to quit. Basically, after all the brainwashing, I had to, as she now calls it, give her permission to quit. Wow. Okay, I've never heard them calling themselves Quickstar. I've never heard any other MLMs actually charging for the weekly meetings. And from what we've heard, I don't know what happens in the Amway weekly meetings, but we've seen a few clips in my older videos, my top MLM fails recently, that not very useful advice was shared in this meeting. So I would bet, in my personal opinion, of course, that you would pay for these weekly meetings, but you wouldn't really get any useful advice out of them. So you were just paying for nothing, in my opinion. Again, it's very disturbing, like how they try to manipulate people. If you are married, then they're going to use the tactic of like, oh well, if you quit, your marriage is gonna fall apart, you're risking your marriage if you quit this biz. But then if you're young and not married, then they're gonna be like, well, but your family depends on you and you have to do this and that. That's very sick. Also, she had to travel to another state for weekly meetings. That's a lot of gas money. I'm glad all of you are out, all of you that share this story with me. I think it's very good for people to share their stories like this, because it gives us an insight into the manipulation tactics that these companies use, in my opinion, of course, to get people to stay in the MLMs for as long as they can, because of course the uplines have financial benefits off of them staying in the MLM for longer. But anyway, let's move on to the scripts now. So these scripts are for prospects, and this is when you call them. So it goes, hi, I was calling to speak with Eva. Hi Eva, my name is Mateja. We haven't had the pleasure of personally meeting yet, but I actually got referred to you by someone we both have in common, your good friend, whatever name. So obviously this is a cold call. Did I catch you at a good time? So you're assuming that the person's gonna say yes. Okay, I only got a quick minute anyways. I'm actually in between meetings, but the reason I was calling you because me and Anna are working on some projects together. I'm actually the senior partner and they are the junior partner, but the reason for my call is I was having a conversation with Anna and I asked her who she knew that was ambitious and had some drive, and your name actually came up in conversation as someone who could potentially be a candidate. She's currently working with me part-time right now, so it wouldn't get in the way of anything she had going on as far as school or career is concerned. So I thought I would reach out to you and see if you're open to any change, if something better were to come along, or if it would make even sense for us to have a conversation over a cup of coffee. Okay, so I see what's going on. So Mateja recruited Anna, and Anna had to give Mateja the phone number of her friend that would be a good fit for the opportunity. So now we're calling Eva because Eva is Anna's friend. I'm using my two names, so it feels a little bit weird. My creation name is pronounced Mateja and the first name is pronounced Eva, not Eva, it's Eva, just in case anyone was wondering or mispronouncing. I don't mind if people mispronounce my names, I'm used to it by now. So if the referral says yes, so if Eva says yes, this is how you're supposed to respond to her. Awesome. And I'm just curious, what do you do right now professionally? And if you don't mind me asking, what's got you keeping your options open at this point? Like I said, we've got to get going, but I'll really tell you what I obviously... There's quite a few typos in this, so that's very weird. If a person is reading this, they would get very tangled up. It would be very confusing for them. I mean, the least you can do is proofread your cold calling scripts. I obviously can't make you any promises. We don't know each other and I don't know what your skills are or what you would qualify for, but let's schedule a time to get together and see if there's any possibilities for a meeting win. Sounds fair enough. What is it, out of curiosity? So if Eva asks, but what's the opportunity? I mean, you're supposed to tell her. That's a great question, and honestly, there is a lot to get into with the right person. But the loose thumbnail sketch that I can paint for you right now is that we are creating loyalty programs online. I'm sure you've heard of Hilton Honors Group, or even something as simple as a punch card in your local coffee stand. You understand loyalty programs, right? So it's like as if you're talking to an idiot who doesn't understand loyalty programs. So we're taking that concept and expanding it where it is going right now, which is online working with major corporations like Nike, Apple, Best Buy, Microsoft, Starbucks, and other major Fortune 500 companies. Like I said, it would be a lot to get into with the right person. And I wouldn't expect you to understand everything over the phone, but the first step would be to sit down, ask you a couple of questions, see how you think and what your skill set is, and see if you'd be a great candidate. This is just my interpretation of this. They want to make the first person feel like they're not recruiting anyone with a heartbeat, which is what we've seen happen in these MLM companies. And I think Amway is no different than any others. Of course, they want to recruit. Oh, well, Amway doesn't recruit. Amway likes to call it sponsors. So they are making this person think that they're not recruiting just anyone. They're not taking just anyone. This is more like a job interview. They're only going to accept you if they actually think you're a good fit. But from what we've seen so far in Amway and in other MLMs, they don't really choose. There's not a limited amount of space or people that they're taking. They're taking anyone and everyone. But this is a good tactic on their end to make people think like, oh my God, they might not take me. I have to really nail this interview and then they're going to hire me. So it's a good tactic on their end, but it's a very sneaky tactic in my opinion. Book it. What times work best for you, morning or nights? We will need about 45 minutes to an hour. Weekdays or weekends, would this or that day work better for you? Then the next bit says posture. So if we book this time, are you positive you can make that time slot work, or do we need to look for a different day? I'm just running 100 miles an hour right now and I want to be sure that we can respect each other's time. I'm sure you understand where I'm coming from. And then assumingly Eva accepts. Then you say, perfect, I've got our appointment booked in my calendar for time plus day of the week plus month plus day of the month. And what I'll do is send you a confirmation text and email and we will be on. What's your best email to get a hold of? Okay, Eva, it was great chatting with you and I'm looking forward to meeting with you on date scheduled. Again, you have to repeat the date 100 million times because the person is apparently a dumbass. I'm getting tired from all the reading. So then if a person says, what is it? And they're not very sure, right? They're a little bit skeptic towards the opportunity. You're supposed to say, well, we obviously don't know each other and I don't know what your skills are or what you would even qualify for until we actually get together, because there's a lot to get into with the right person. But very loosely, the thumbnail sketch that I can paint for you right now is that we're creating loyalty programs online. This is the same thing that I've already read. If the person is a skeptic, you're supposed to tell them the exactly same thing as if they ask, what is it, out of curiosity. So I'm not going to read the whole thing again. And then if they ask, is this network marketing? You're supposed to say, if you're talking like product recruiting and sales based, no. But if you're talking about what Amazon is doing with nonprofits and Sprint is doing with its new phone plans, then yes, essentially we are creating loyalty programs for major companies. And we can definitely get into more details at a different time. That is not a problem. But I do want to make a distinction that although we are looking to partner and collaborate with a few great people, we aren't looking to recruit or sign anyone up. In fact, it's quite the opposite. We are only looking for a few key people that know they have more potential to tap into and seriously want more out of life. So what would you say that is or is not you? Wow, that's confusing. Then referral answers with not looking. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I knew it was a shot in the dark calling you in the first place, and I totally understand. That's why Anna mentioned you may or may not be looking for, but she said you for sure knew a bunch of people in the area. Is anyone sharp and ambitious that comes to mind? Is there anyone sharp and ambitious that comes to mind that you know that would potentially be looking for more? I really appreciate your help, Eva. I'm sure you're busy and it says a lot about you when you're willing to help us out and do us that favor. So, oh, yeah, of course, if they say no, you're supposed to ask them for more phone numbers. Is there anyone sharp and ambitious that comes to mind? Because you are not sharp and ambitious enough to accept this opportunity, right? So I'm going to link their income disclosure statement from 2021 in the description box, but just by quickly looking at this table here, you can see that they don't even include the very bottom level in the table. They only showed the earnings of top 4 levels, and that's about 1% of the company that earns anything. Well, if you're silver, you only earn on average annually $9,000, which at this day and age, that's below minimum wage, so that's not really gonna get you anywhere. Same for 14,000 on average and 9,000 $19,000 is also below the minimum wages in a lot of countries. So I'm going to link that in the description box for you guys if you want to take a further look into it. But I find it very interesting that they didn't bother to include the 98% of people that are at the lower ranks who probably don't earn anything or very little anyway. But yeah, let's take a look at this video now. This video is Amway Business Opportunity. That's just what it was called. It's a very old video, so it's probably going to be very strange, but let's take a watch.
Along with his best friend Jay Van Andel, started Amway more than 50 years ago with a simple plan: to provide people with an opportunity to achieve success. We're having a great time building this business, so why don't you come join us?
They say life is what you make it, and that is so true. But have you ever asked yourself, how can I make life even better for me and my family? At Amway, we provide an opportunity for independent thinkers, entrepreneurs, and everyday people to start a business, to pursue their dreams, and take back control of their lives.
Built on the guiding principles of freedom, family, hope, and reward, Amway is one of the world's most trusted, most recognized brands. With a presence in more than 80 countries and territories and nearly $11 billion in annual sales worldwide, and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, we are family-owned and financially stable, with access to over 1,000 patents. This is a business powered by strength, by vision, but most importantly, by results.
This business rewards you for your effort. What we offer makes a difference in people's day-to-day lives and the lives of their families and communities.
I have gotten so much from the business. First of all, the opportunity of having control of my time, freedom, financial freedom. I'm able to provide for my kids more than I could ever done with a regular job.
We're financially independent because of this business. I walked away from the corporate arena. I was 27 years old.
We have 3 kids. 2 of those have chosen the opportunity to sign up and start their own business, and it is a blessing to us to see them and watch them on their journey as they progress and see the great corporation we're involved with.
Making a real difference in people's lives is what we're all about and always have been. Ever since 2 good friends, Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel, started Amway over 50 years ago. They had a mission to create a family business that would grow with their family. And it continues today with their sons. What our founders knew then holds true today. It's not about us. It's about you.
And behind you and your business stands the performance and the pride built into everything we sell.
I'm getting some serious tell me you're in a cult without telling me you're in a cult vibes from this video. But this is like 9 years old, so it explains the awkwardness and the songs in the background and everything. I'm very curious, like these people say they gain financial freedom, but looking at the income disclosure statement, even the top 0.something% of the representatives don't really earn any kind of significant money that would provide you a good lifestyle nowadays, especially with the inflation and coming out of the pandemic. They're talking as if they're earning millions, but that's not what the income disclosure statement shows us. But anyway, let's keep watching.
There's Nutrilite. Our plant-based vitamins and supplements have been ranked by the highly respected Euromonitor International for the last several years as the world's leading brand of vitamin, mineral, and dietary supplements. Not the third best or second best, the best. This may explain...
Okay, but according to who? According to what statistics, what surveys, what research is Amway #1? Because I've never heard Amway being #1. Is it from all the MLM companies out there, or is it including non-MLM companies? Because I'm pretty sure Amway is nowhere near the top supplement companies out there that are non-MLM.
Why major athletes and sporting events around the world want to be associated with Nutrilite products.
There's Artistry. Ranked by the Euromonitor, Artistry is among the world's top 5 largest selling premium skincare brands, the only direct selling brand recognized in this prestigious category. Artistry is also the proud sponsor of the Miss America organization with our Artistry Scholarship Program.
And there's LOC. The cleaning product the company was founded on in 1959 is now recognized by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Design for the Environment program. Not to mention, Amway received the 1989 United Nations Environment Achievement Award for promoting environmental education and awareness, and for encouraging youth to make the environment a priority. We stand behind our products. The Amway Assurance Program offers a 180-day, 100% satisfaction guarantee that extends to you and your customers.
You know, I think I was probably a little bit skeptical about our own abilities to do this business at first. You know, he was a athlete, I was a teacher.
And there were so many people that were willing to take their time and their energy and their success in this business and actually teach me step by step how to succeed myself and follow in their footsteps.
We have tripled our investment in IBO education programs, most offered free of charge. Plus, additional support is always available from your sponsor. And if you choose, from approved providers too.
And finally, as part of the Amway Assurance Program, in the first 90 days after you register, there is a 100% money-back guarantee on your business registration fee and on training materials and services purchased from an approved provider.
I got very attracted to the team aspect of the business, and what Amway would do in terms of support, customer service was just phenomenal.
This business rewards you for your efforts. Nearly $40 billion in bonuses have been paid globally since 1959. In fact, Amway has paid out more bonuses to its independent business owners than any other direct sales company in history.
And via our partner stores, you can save money and earn bonuses with special offers and discounts available only to you and your customers. The biggest brands, the best stores and services, all in one place.
With the Amway business is to provide an equal playing field, an equal platform for anyone, regardless of where they're at in life.
And this business opportunity has allowed me to free myself up from corporate America, from being controlled from paycheck to paycheck, what we used to call it 40-40 plan, working 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life.
Imagine having the freedom to create the balance that you want in your life. This business can help you achieve that balance, accomplish your goals, earn what you desire, and still devote yourself to your family. It's not about us, it's about you. Are you ready? Then let's go. I'm Sandy Spielmaker, Vice President of Sales, Amway.
Well, wasn't that a delightful ad? I just don't understand. Like, the stuff that they were saying don't really match what the income disclosure statement for 2021 is showing us. Even the earnings potential of 0 point something of top 1% is not very high. Like I said, especially with today's expenses. Life is very expensive. So I don't feel like this ad is really matching the earnings potential nowadays. Like I said, this is from 9 years ago. It may have been different back then. But anyways, let me know down below what you thought about this. I'm gonna wrap that up here. I'm so tired from me reading all of those scripts. I haven't recorded a horror story video in a very long time, so I'm kind of not very good at reading. It's very exhausting. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. You are a trooper. I appreciate you. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe button if you'd like to support me, and big shout out to all of my channel members. You know, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.